appeal for real. So I got a question for Mike because
Sure.
once again, I because I've already got confirmation from Andre. Um, is the Philip like in your opinion? Why do you think the Philippines has become so popular recently? Because it
I,
seems like anytime I talk about it, it's like,
mhm.
oof. I'm like, what the hell is going on in the Philippines?
Well, I was listening to what Andre was saying, right when I was like jumping in, and I think the Philippines has always been popular. I just think that it hasn't been talked a lot about, right? So, um, and in the Philippines, it just depends. Whatever type of person you are, and I always say a lot of the guys that watches my channel, there's three main things: the guys that are gonna go over there as a singles vacation fun people, guys are gonna go there to meet the girls they've been talking to online or whatever, and then the guys who are gonna fully move there and experience that. So, like in the Philippines, for example, I think when Andre was talking earlier, I guess you have VAs, right? You have virtual assistants working for you because you have a consultant agency. Okay.
Actually, no, they're actually staff members. So
So
I
now,
don't
so
really
they're full staff
I
members. Okay.
insource instead of outsourcing, essentially.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have several businesses as well, and I have a call center in the Philippines as well. And, if you look at, let's say, for example, middle income living in the United States, you have to at least making like what, $3,000, $4,000 up to 4,500, just minimum to say you're in the middle income class. In the Philippines, middle income living is at $1,500 US dollars. And if you can have 1,500 US dollars, that is considered middle income. You can actually have a nice condo. I just purchased a condo a few years back, 3-bedroom condo in a really nice city, gated, secured, and all that stuff. And 3 bedrooms at the 23rd floor, and I got it for less than $80,000. So, and I'm talking about, if we want to compare it, okay, the condo that I have is like living in downtown Chicago. So I have a condo in Quezon City, which within close proximity of me has what they call the ABS-CBN building and the GMA TV building, which is pretty much you would consider like Little Hollywood because that's where all the actresses are hanging out. So like that's the thing. It's like if you can even just make a certain amount of money, you can live over there. That's why I know a lot of guys who are retired military. I have guys who decided they're doing virtual they're doing either like remote works. They're living over there right now. Now, compared to Thailand, the infrastructure is not as good in regards for internet, but it's growing. And if you go anywhere else outside the United States, Philippines speaks English. Go to Latin America, you still need to understand how to speak Spanish. I mean, I lived in Barranquilla, Colombia for 3 months. I learned how to speak Spanish. I learned how to speak Tagalog now. And I can carry a really good conversation Tagalog and stuff like that. So it's about learning your environment. It's been popular. But what a lot of guys don't understand is that it's up to you what type of living you want to live in. And if you go to, let's say, for example, BGC, which is Bonifacio Global City, very upscale area, it's like you're in America, but at the same time as you have good people that surround you. I'm not going to say that there's no bad people. Of course, wherever we go, there's going to be some bad people. That's where you have to position yourself. But anything that you want is in the Philippines. It just is. I mean, you're not going to have any problems at all having that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thing. It's popular. You have the beaches. You have beautiful women. Can't get any better. And the people are just such an amazing people.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they will say hello to you. They do it with a smile, right? They truly want to know who you are. If you have a conversation with them, they want to actually know. I've had it where I say hello to somebody walking down Timog Avenue in Quezon City, and they're having dinner at a resto bar, which is like a restaurant in the street, whatever. But they have street seating, and you say hello. You just introduce yourself. They say this to you: do you want to join us to eat?
Yeah. Yeah.
I literally have that several times happen to me. Like, hey, join us to eat. You're walking by somebody, they're drinking in the streets. They're like, bro, you want a beer? Sit on down. You come in, you sit down. And if we're talking about, let's say, especially for the for the African American community, let's say, for example, like that, there is such a close tie between African Americans and the Filipinos. If you guys don't understand, during the Spanish World War, America sent Buffalo soldiers over there to fight with the Filipinos against the Spaniards. Then when that was over, when America unfortunately sidelined the Philippines and took the Philippines from Spain, then America fought against the Filipinos, and there was massacres happening. The Buffalo soldiers, plenty of them, ended up actually joining with the Filipinos to fight against the Americans. And and what's funny is, and let's be honest, around that time, anybody who is, I'm sorry to say, Caucasian white would not really marry somebody who is not Caucasian or white, right? Because it was frowned upon. If you really look at the history, a lot of Buffalo soldiers settled in Seattle, Washington, and brought with them Filipino wives. They were the first guys that brought mail-in order brides from the Philippines. And there's so much connection in there. The guy who discovered the who was the head of creating the I'm sorry, I forgot his name. He was an educator. He was an educator with America, got sent to the Philippines. Black History Month. The guy who started Black History Month. Before that was put together, he was actually sent as one of the heads to teach English-based curriculum in the Philippines. Okay, so there's such a connection in there. Plus, don't forget that Filipinos in general, not all of them will have the blood, but they have this thing called Aitas, which is the Aborigines, which is also based in that, in regards, linked to Africa. So when you go to, for example, Baguio, you go up there, you're gonna see people that's gonna be like, are you from here? And it just blows your mind. And don't forget the culture that Filipinos love, hip-hop culture, loves, American culture and all that kind of stuff. It's a hidden gem for a lot of guys. And yeah, it's 8,000 miles. It's a little bit far, but the cost to go from Chicago to Brazil, it's almost the same exact hours that's going to take you to go from Chicago to the Philippines. So, I mean, it's just there. And I think it's a beautiful place. And don't forget the beaches. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah.